Good morning. Good morning, everyone. How are you? We are back again. We are here, the BYOB Weekend Show. Today, we are bringing it to you again. We talking about ignite your last 60 days. Tonight is the night that our coach is going to be setting you on fire. Tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You do not want to miss this. 60 days. We have 60 days. Literally 61, but today is over with. We have 60 days until the new year. What do you want to accomplish? What do you want to achieve? What do you want to gain? You need to be here tonight and find out what the possibility is for you. It is not too late. Y'all better believe it. It's time. You want to go to this link, bit.ly, Ignite Your Biz 2020. And if you can't make it tonight, share this broadcast because there is someone out there that can, that needs, and that will be there tonight. Share the broadcast. Let them know that it's time to make some changes. It's time to not just throw away this year. That, like I said, mentioned before, there are those of us out here that are just done with this year. I am not done. Me, Kayshawn Brooks, I am not done with this year. I am not done. Our coach, Danielle Winningham, she is not done with this year. My beautiful sisters that are on the side of me, they are not done with this year. This community, we are not done. We are on fire. Some of us have been waiting all year long for this quarter. Me and my skincare business, Renew You Body Butters, have been waiting. I am a product based business, us skincare business, us jewelry companies, us any type of product based business. This is our season. It's Black Friday this month. Do you guys understand that? In 20 something days, it is Black Friday. Coming tonight, and listening to what these two wonderful, amazing women are going to be talking about is where you want to be. You want to have an amazing Black Friday? Show up tonight. What y'all think?
I
Girl,
totally agree. I am so excited about these next 60 days. I'm telling you, it's something about this fourth quarter. Since I stepped into this fourth quarter, things for me have just been on fire. They have been ignited. I am so excited. The things that I've seen in my personal life and in my business have been just amazing. It says to me, keep doing what you're doing. As a matter of fact, push yourself even more, push yourself a little bit harder, press through it and make it happen in your 2020 on the highest note possible, as well as springboarding yourself into 2021. And I know last night we all had that extra hour to fall back. And I actually put a post on Facebook saying, what are you doing with your extra hour? How nice is it to have that one extra hour, like a 26-hour day almost, right? So what are you going to do with that extra hour? You have to make the decision to utilize it. For me, I had to make a decision to utilize it in the most productive way that I could.
mhm.
And I thought about igniting your biz 2020. And I said, you know what? I'm going to spend that hour working on my business because it has just been on fire. I've been able to help so many people with the conversations about major debts are being reduced, with people. And it's an amazing conversation for me. That's my gift. And I just want people to be ignited. And whatever it is that you do, take this time to just ignite it, set it on fire, make it happen. Go to bit.ly/ignite your biz 2020. If you don't know where to start right there. If you're lacking motivation, stay there and get your motivation started and just join us, because we have 60 days left in this year, but it's not over. Y'all know that old saying, it's not over till the fat lady sings, honey. Keep on. Get ready, get your voice together and sing, sing, sing.
Right. Dr. Cynthia, what you just said about your post yesterday, what are you going to do with your extra hour? I remember seeing someone maybe like a few days before make the comment like, I don't want to, like, ain't nobody got time, don't want no extra hour of 2020. Like, they were speaking negatively about the time going back. Like, who wants an extra hour of these days? And it just showed the mindset that people are in, because I seen theirs and now I'm hearing yours, and it's their mindset. Wherever that person was at, they don't want no more of where they're at. But once you change your mindset, like how you can ignite something within you tonight by showing up tonight, you will be looking forward to an extra hour. We're embracing, Dr. Cynthia is embracing that extra hour and putting it in her business, because when you saying this, I'm like, what would I do with an extra hour? And I'm going to put that into my business, but I want it to be done effectively. I don't want to be running around like a chicken with their head cut off, wasting time in my business. What about you, Rose?
Well, I'm going to set some stuff on fire is what I'm going to do.
Set it off.
I'm going to set some stuff on fire these last 60 days. I'm going to shake some up in these last 60 days. Why? Because it's the fourth quarter. That's when winners are made. That's when winners are born.
Right?
It's when you feel that your back is against the wall. That's when you have to come out fighting and come out strong. And you have 60 days to do it. So if you took your extra hour, okay, let's say we take this extra hour that we've been given, and you get up another extra hour early instead of sleeping in, and you put that in your business, in whatever it is that you want to see move forward, and you do it consistently for the next 60 days, I want to know what you're going to get, because I can tell you right now, you're not going to get nothing. You're going to get something. Because whenever you show up and do anything consistently for a period of time, you are definitely going to see growth. And running anything, a business, a home, anything, nothing moves forward unless you put some action to it. Okay, Sean, I'm glad that you mentioned about being a product-based business, because there are product-based businesses, there are service-based businesses, and we each run one of each or more. All those folks out here listening to us, and to let them know that the next 60 days can work for either one. And if you get help, you get more hands, you get your sales genie, a time genie that can help facilitate some of those things that you cannot do with just two hands. That is another way to ignite your last 60 days in this fourth quarter. And it's not, and it's a skill. It's something that this is the thing for me. It's not something that you're learning just for the next 60 days. It's something that you'll consistently do that will carry you over into the lifetime, into the life cycle of your business, you know? So it's not that you don't be short-sighted and think that we're just talking about 60 days and we're going to stop. Doesn't work.
Right.
It's just the beginning. It's just the end of the year for some, but it's the beginning for others.
That's that forward moving momentum that you need, that push. So I say, don't meet me over at bit.ly Ignite Your Biz 2020. Beat me there. I bet you can't beat me there.
I'm there already. I'm sorry. I already went there.
I registered yesterday.
You know, I
What?
was thinking, have you guys, you know, if you think about it, you always hear people say, if I had known then what I know now, you
Right.
know, boy, I wish I could go back to this time and go back to that time. Here's the
Mhm.
opportunity. You got an hour back. You
Mm.
got
I
the
like that.
hour back. Because people will say it all the time. And I hate to really be transparent here, but sometimes they'll say it because they know they can use it as an excuse for what they haven't done.
Ooh.
Because
Oh.
technically, how can you go back in time? So they're like, well, if I coulda, shoulda, woulda, then, you know,
Hmm.
this, that, and the other. But that's just another excuse sometimes to say, well, that time has passed and I no longer have that opportunity, you know, because
Mhm.
I can't see a God's divine design. You I work now. I gotta check my Facebook. I put the post out there like late last night, like just a reminder. Don't forget the time is changing, and also what are you gonna do with it? Because for me, I will be up working on my business, and literally, I didn't go to bed until about 3 a.m. my time, and then I was back up at 7:30 or so my time working on it again.
Look, you had a
So
little
like an extra hour to another hour.
Mm-hmm.
And for those that are working and still employed, that are trying to build their business, you know, you're also building your way out of the employment situation. So I learned from our coach that before you go and start clocking in, you know, get up, get dressed, rush out of the house for somebody else, show us before you go on to work for somebody else during the day. And I found with use that strategy, I feel so much more empowered when I know that I've worked, you know, I give my glory and all my honor and my time with God, and then I work on my own business first. It's so much more fulfilling before you go
It
and
is so
start
much.
giving the best of yourself to someone else. And because you all know, if anybody, we've all had jobs, jobs. When you're off,
Right.
you're exhausted. The job can be exhausting, the commute back and forth. So when you come home, by the time you try to pull together a little piece of dinner or something like that, you're exhausted. So
You
you
are.
really run out of steam and you don't necessarily have anything left for yourself or your business. So you give the best of yourself to the first part of that day and then let the others have the rest.
That's right. That's absolutely correct. And if you consistently do that, and you all hear me keep sticking on this word this morning, consistently. Anything you do consistently grows.
Right.
Consistently moves forward. And you were talking about excuses, Dr. Cynthia, and,
Mm.
and excuses. But see, you all have no excuse to not show up for this webinar
None at all.
because, see, it's no cost. I'm not going to say it's free. It's no cost to you to show up. It's no cost to you monetarily to show up, but it will cost you time. And when I say time, it's time that you won't get back if you
Right.
miss it. It's steps that you'll learn that you won't get back if you miss it. It's time that you start to take your feet forward. Use what's in your hands and move forward by going to bit.ly/ignite your biz 2020. I just want to also shout out to everyone. Ola, thank you for sharing. D. Morris, good morning. Hey, Sean, thank you for sharing. You sitting right here and sharing. Bridget,
Yes.
thank you. Um, don't wait. Ignite these last
How
60
do I
days
start?
in your business. You know, don't wait. Start a
Don't.
watch party. Do
Don't
all of that
wait.
because you never know whom else needs what you are partaking in.
Be a blessing to someone else. You may
No,
be a blessing in someone else's life right now just by sharing this broadcast, just by starting a watch party so that someone may come back down your timeline and be like, wait a minute, what is this? You know, and Rose, as you when you mentioned something about product-based business, I've heard stories of how people make $1 million in an hour on Black Friday and stuff like that. That's one of my goals that I'm trying to get to. I want to be like one of those businesses that make $1 million in an hour. But my mindset is before I can make $1 million in an hour, I got to make a $500,000 in an hour.
You
I
have
got
to prepare.
100 million in an hour. I got to climb my way up there.
Right.
So for me to make 100,000 in an hour, that would be unbelievable right now for me. But the only way I'm gonna be able to make those goals to get to even 10,000 in an hour, 1,000 in an hour. I'm gonna learn that, and I'm gonna get ignited by showing up tonight at 7 p.m.
In what way to ignite your confidence, to ignite your feeling of moving forward? Then if you prepare, because it takes preparation to get to those levels where you make 100,000 in an hour, a $500,000 in an hour, a million in an hour. It takes preparation. Trust me, those folks that did that, they prepared behind the scenes.
Would you prepare all year for that? What if it took them, like, because people be trying to count out the last 60 days. What if they took the whole year? You mean to tell me you wouldn't spend the whole year preparing to make $1 million in 1 hour?
In 1 hour. In 1 hour.
And of course, everybody would say, yes, I'd take a year to prepare to make $1 million in an hour. But would you really? Would you really put in everything over a year's time that it took to get to that point? Would you really eat, sleep, and drink your business every day, all day? Would you get up use that extra hour that they fell back to eat, sleep, and drink your business every day? Would you learn the different components that it takes to run your type of business? Would you take the time all year to learn what a target market is and who you need to target in order to make that $1 million in an hour? Hell, and I said hell on Sunday. Yes, I did. Would you take that extra hour that year to make $1,000 in an hour?
Yes.
Because some people haven't made $1,000 in their business in 2 years. So would you invest the time all year long to get down to the last 60 days
and throw it away,
to make that projection that you put on that paper? Would you do it? Would you do it? I know you say yeah, but the question is, would you really do it?
Because if you really would, you wouldn't be counting out these last 60 days. You wouldn't be saying 2020 is over. 2020 is not over. 2020 is just beginning. Or for some folks, let me get my 100,000.
Or you wouldn't say this is the worst year. 2020 has been the worst year. Okay, you wouldn't be saying it because you'd be so ingrained, so entrenched into what you're trying to accomplish. What went on in 2020 would go over your head.
Absolutely.
Because you got your head down, your blinders on, and you're so focused into what you're trying to accomplish. 2020 wouldn't, what went on in 2020 wouldn't make a hill of beans. I'm just saying.
But you speaking right, because
I got
20. Everybody's supposed to elevate.
That's right. Because I mean, what other time in history? I mean, even though may not be the greatest for some, but those who say, "Oh, I'm just so tired. I just wish I had some time to rest." Well, here it is. You've had it for the last 8-9 months. Here it is. I just wish I could spend some more time with my family and get to know them better, and we create something together. Well, here it is.
Right.
I wish I had time to read them 4 books that I've been trying to read for 10 years now. Here it is.
I wish I had time to write that book.
To write that book that I've been wanting to write for the last 5 years. Well, guess what? Here it is.
Use the time wisely.
I want to become a coach. I want to get certified in something. Here it is. I want to start a business. Here it is. I ain't making no sales. Here it is.
And you may say, I'm not making any sales, but I keep putting out money to try to learn how to make some sales. Well, here it is, bit.ly/ignite your biz 2020. Here it is for no charge. Here's one thing you don't have to put any money out on to learn. Here it is.
What you need to do. Do what you need to do to make sure that you are in the house tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if that means that you obviously have other commitments, family commitments and everything, you just started early. And meal prep for the week. Use that hour to meal prep for the week, and then during the week you'll have more time to do other things. Okay, meal prep. Take that food and put it in those little containers. I have to do that sometimes for my family situation. I have the containers with like the little 3 sections, and I do all the meal prep and I put it in 3 sections and put it in the fridge. And so whoever wants it, it's there. All you got to do is pop the lid and put some heat on it and keep it moving. So use this time wisely to free up your time so that you can show up at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time at bit.ly/ignite your biz 2020 and set your business on fire. We want to see it blazing. Right. We want to see a 3-alarm blaze. We want your business to be so on fire and blazing that the fire department shows up at your door like, what is going on? Okay.
I'm here to put fire.
Smoke detectors are going off.
Right.
Smoke detectors go off.
Yes. Yes.
Good morning.
Yes. Good morning.
I mean,
watch party.
Yeah. I mean,
watch party. Good morning, Tramel. Welcome.
That's right. I mean, we're just trying to ignite and excite some dead places in your life, because we know that, you know, for everyone, 2020 hasn't just gone over their head with no feeling, no consequence, no none of that. We know that. But what we're trying to do is we're trying to knock down some of that depression, some of that worry, some of that stress. Some of that anxiety. We're trying to knock that down for you. And by igniting and getting excited about something that you can create with your own 2 hands, you use what's in your hands. And trust me, everyone has something in their 2 hands. And of course, when you get your few more hands, you have even more. But everyone has something. So we're just trying to get you to focus in on something that can bring you out of this tragedy, so that you can finish strong in something that you thought was not going to benefit you. I mean, because there will never be another time like this. There will never be enough time like this. Because when and we don't even want to think about another time where we have to sit still. But sitting still sometimes is good because it gives you the chance to think, to meditate, to strategize, to get things in order. And you're thinking, oh, well, that's just selfish. Well, you have to be selfish first in order to be selfless. You cannot help someone else until you first are selfish with your own time and your own ideas. You can't. You just can't.
I was just getting ready to go on the self-care thing with this extra hour that Dr. Cynthia was bringing up. How about you take that extra hour and you put it into you? You've been giving yourself to everybody all year long.
Come on, Kate.
Take that extra hour. Like, you know what? I gave it to y'all. Now I'm taking it back. I'm putting it in me. And put it into you in any way you want to, whether that's the way how you think, how you pray, how you meditate, putting it into your business, you know, reading a book, reading your Bible, fellowshipping with somebody. Take that hour, take these last 60 days. You done gave everybody everything all year long.
Yeah.
all year long. Give yourself these next 60 days so that you can go into 2021 being all that you can be. You know, people talk about making New Year's resolutions. It's what you do in your last 60 days that's going to help you make that New Year's resolution come true. Just for example, the number one thing I would say the resolution goal is to always lose weight. If you really wanted to be healthy and lose weight on November 1st, you're going to start prepping before. You're not
That's
going to
right.
act up and act the fool all the way up until 11:59 at PM, and then on the first, you just gonna be just this saint to this regimen of something you didn't prep for. You don't want to succeed, or even though people can, people do, because I didn't done it and I did succeed, but it could be so much easier if you prepped for it. You know, if you started drinking water for the next 60 days, start limiting, you know, the amount of sugar, the amount of carbs, you know, even if it was just one a day for the next 60 days, that's going to do something and prep you to be all that you can be and achieve all that you can on that resolution goal on the first. So, what we're doing tonight for these last 60 days, you know, you want to come there at 7 o'clock and see and give your, you know what, that's where your hour is. That's where that extra hour that you gained from tonight. That hour went back. Use that hour to show up tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time.
That's right. Because
Absolutely.
when you put that time into you, that extra hour into you, then when you start to build up your energy, then you
Mm-hmm.
put that the extra, not what you gain for yourself, that extra into your family. That's your wealth.
Absolutely.
Into your family. That's your legacy. Into your
Right.
community. That's how you can help because now you're strong.
Yes.
Now you
Um, I was reading a book. I just downloaded Kindle on my iPhone. I'm still trying to learn it. Y'all think I'm a beast now? Wait till I get these books up in me. But I had
Woo.
to read this
come on
one
now.
book, and the lady was teaching about self-care, and she gave the two examples of how one woman, she, you know, gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, you know, getting the kids ready, go to work, and then, you know, she comes home, got to get the kids down, do homework, dinner, and then she goes to bed and starts that routine all over. So she gave the example B of the other lady who does the same thing, but before she goes to bed, she gives herself an hour of me time, even though it's only 1 hour. But as the story went on, it showed how the woman who gave herself just that 1 hour a day, she did not burn out as fast
Mhm.
as the woman A did. And that's because woman B was putting into herself. You cannot give from an empty cup. And
Mm.
and what it taught me, we gotta get in the mindset of stop digging inside of us and giving to other people. Wait until you are full. I have to wait until I am full to give you my overflow. And that's what I was learning from that book, was that I was never that one that gave myself that hour. I would just repeat that same cycle over and over and over. And I know I'm not the only one. And give yourself that 1 hour. Just start with that. You know, start with the 1 hour tonight and then do it again tomorrow. Do one day at a time. It's so important to put into yourself, because if you don't take care of you, you can't take care of your family. That's why I'm just eagerly, you know, and zealously, if that's even a word, I'm encouraging you to show up tonight. You
That's
done
right.
gave everybody everything all year long. You can give yourself, your business, your mind, your body these last 60 days to finish this race strong. I'm almost thinking of Y'all remember that gospel song "Going Up Yonder"?
I do. You want me to sing it for you?
And that song, that's one of my favorite songs to sing. And the words in there is I'm gonna finish this race,
Mm-hmm.
because I want to see his face. I want to see his face. And we're trying to finish this race because we're trying to get somewhere by the first.
We
You
have a
know,
destination.
a destination. Yes, yes, exactly.
You guys know I'm always writing notes and taking notes when we come together like this because I learned something. We come here to if you will allow us to educate, our viewing audience on some things, and give our perspectives. But every time I come, I learn too. And so I'm like Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. I want you guys to take away some words that we've learned today. Children, the words that I've heard, consistency, preparation, is intentional. Be intentional, of course, ignite. And in some cases, reignite, because maybe you lost that passion, in 2020 with all that has gone on in the world. We've had so many losses of lives, losses of jobs, losses in our spirit. So many different things that have been lost. So maybe this is opportunity to reignite, but you got to be intentional about that and say that this is the time to ignite and make a difference. And like I said, in some cases, if the flame has gone out, then you have to reignite. And it does start with your personal self.
That was good.
John alluded to, if your personal self is not right, as a woman, and we give because that's how we're created. But if we're not the best that we are, that we can be to ourselves first, and that's not being selfish. If I'm not the best me to myself first, how can I be the best daughter to my parents? How can I be the best wife to my husband? How can I be the best mom to my children? How can I be the best employee building my way out, into my business? How can I be the best entrepreneur already knee deep in my business, if I'm not the best me to myself first and then stand outward? So you have to maybe reignite if you've lost that passion and that fire. So we want to invite you over for more of this conversation tonight at bit.ly/ignite your biz 2020. But just like we are here, we're talking about the business and everything. But it's probably gonna, it's a method. There's a methodology behind it all. So
And y'all don't forget who's going to be here. We have a guest that's going to be with our coach tonight. It's LaTayla Palmer. So you got two powerhouses showing up tonight. I want to make sure that 2 for 1, right?
Absolutely.
And y'all know where to go. bit.ly ignite your biz 2020. Go there. Sign up. This is a free event as far as monetary, but it's going to cost you your time. It's going to cost you your mindset, because you're going to get that right tonight. It's going to cost something in your heart, because it's going to pierce something up in you. It's going to cost internally, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. It's going to cost something. You got to be, just because it don't cost no money, it's going to cost you something to show up at minimum your time. Come on, y'all, show up tonight.
Like I always say, it's either if it don't cost you on the front end, it's gonna cost you on the back end. Either way, you're gonna pay.
Time Julie talk.
So
look,
why not? That's right. Why not take the time up front? That's your cost of entry, to learn how to ignite your biz. In these last 60 days, you got 2 guests. You got Coach Daniela, she's going to kick the door in. You got Coach LaTayla, she's going to bring it and going to put it down. these last 60 days. So why not use your time as the cost of your admission up front, so that on the back end, you now have the education, the skill, and another tool for your toolbox to make your 2021 just awesome. Just awesome. You know, don't miss the opportunities.
Don't miss it. And the way how 2020 has been for some of us who chose to pivot when we needed to pivot and be flexible, the way we needed to be flexible, we're excited. We can't wait for 2021. I cannot wait to see my harvest from the seeds that I have planted in 2020.
Come on.
I can't wait to see it, because we all been through something traumatizing. We was talking about that, you know, how we have the show before the show. We were speaking on that, of how we all been through hell and hot water, hell and back. No one is hardly exempt from going through something this year. But there are those of us like us in this community where, because we were together, we are able to push each other and help each other get through this.
Yes.
And if you need that, if you want that, come on over into this community.
Yeah.
And let's get it popping and let's get it going, because we need each other. We would not have made it, seriously, without each other. Ladies, do you have any closing remarks before we take off?
That's good, Kayshawn. Yes. I you know, this business sisterhood is everything to me. It gives me life. And when I think about, you know, just you know, they say pull yourself up by your bootstraps, you know, and let's get going in these next 60 days. And I don't even care what happened in the quarters before. Just make the decision. Let's do it right now and come along with it's so important that we are a super duper sophisticated either. That's a fact. And talking about those words, Kayshawn gave me another one. She said we have to pivot. We have to pivot. Sometimes you have to get your best angle, pivot, and find that best look, that best angle. Pivot, honey, pivot. And you know, I wrote down in regards to consistency, you know, parallel, congruency, because I believe if you go ahead and get that started right now, you'll just smooth, clean on move into 2021 without any hiccup, without any problems. It'll just be a smooth transition. As a matter of fact, you'll be like, wait, you mean it's not 2020 anymore? It's 2021? I don't know, because everything is so good. It's going so well. I'm just expecting it to continue on. You know, from this year to this year to, you know, the next decade and so forth and so on. And so you definitely need to come tonight. Shut up. We'll be there. We anything to Ignite Your Biz 2020, and just come and understand that something within you is going to be ignited. And for some of us, reignited. So we're going to be there. It's going to be on fire. The roof is on fire.
Yeah. and you know what? Let me tell y'all something in closing. Let me tell y'all something. This will be the one place tonight where you can ignite that fire. This is the one place tonight where it's okay to be that firebug. Okay? Not a lightning bug, but a firebug. You know, little firebugs go to jail. But over here tonight, you get to ignite and reignite. I like that, Dr. Cynthia. Reignite the passion, the purpose, all of those things for your business in these next days. Like you said, slide on into 2021. You won't even realize what you've done, because it will be such smooth sailing, but only if you prepare. Only if you prepare.
And what's another beautiful thing, Rose, I just thought in ending, I thought about these last 60 days are going to go by like a blur, because technically we've been sitting still all year long and it has went by like a blur.
Yeah.
But we finna be so ignited. You know how when you burn yourself, when you touch the flame, you snatch your hand back. You snatch your hand. It's a natural reflex. You know,
Yeah.
before you can even feel the pain receptors all the way, your hand snatched back. That's how we about to light y'all tonight. That's how we about to get lit tonight. It's about to get snatched back these 60 days, and we about to pop off into 2021. And if y'all want to get ignited and blast off, show up tonight at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And to get there, go to bit.ly, Ignite Your Biz 2020, and we will see you tomorrow for the BYOB morning show. And we have the BYOB night. No, we don't have a night show on Monday nights, but make sure you're there for tomorrow morning. We're gonna be talking about what happened tonight. So
yeah, buddy, don't miss out. Don't miss out being a part of the conversation tomorrow morning. And please don't miss out being on fire tonight.
Tonight, see you at 7.
And don't say you can't afford it. Don't say you can't afford it. It's free.
Right.
99.
No excuses. We've removed all the excuses.
You got an extra hour and it's free.
That's right. You can take you a nap today and wake up in time and then go back to sleep, and you still got some extra time.
Right.
Go cook that Sunday dinner right now. Run to the kitchen, cook Sunday
and
dinner
send me
right
a plate.
now.
Look. Bye, y'all.
Bye, y'all.